They say a horse named Raven goes galloping at night, round the hills and through the brush, his eyes are ringed with light. The horse named Raven killed a girl, or so I heard it told. And if Raven crosses paths with you, your coffin's good as sold. Nevermore, nevermore will Lenore ride again. Nevermore, nevermore will Raven's curse be spent. The horse was black, the horse was strong, the finest ever seen. The banker bought him for his girl, Lenore, a sweet 16. She kissed her father, took the horse, and rode him down the street. When someone somewhere fired a gun, and Raven bucked and screamed. The girl was thrown, the girl was killed, the horse went running wild. They say the banker cursed its name for killing his sweet child. Nevermore, nevermore will Lenore ride again. Nevermore, nevermore will Raven's curse be spent. Still they say that horse runs wild, the harbinger of doom. And when he rears and screams at night, and eerie gleams the moon, drops will wither, cattle die, misfortune follows soon. So Raven comes and Raven goes, and seeing him is doom. Nevermore, nevermore will Lenore ride again. Nevermore, nevermore will Raven's curse be spent. Home. Seems a lifetime ago by the coastline of Maine, when a girl with green eyes that were brimful of pain rose up on tiptoe and with a sad smile left a kiss on my lips as she bid me farewell. I was off to the west, for I hadn't a dime, and it didn't seem proper to claim her for mine. But she pledged her true love on that day by the sea, and she swore that no distance would keep her from me. From the prairies, the mountains, the plains to the sea, there's no truer lady nor fairer to see than one who has promised her whole heart to me, my beautiful, beautiful Annabelle Lee. When I reached the wide plains, my fate took a turn. No gold on my claim, but my fortune to earn. Found myself taking an oath and a badge, and the unfinished business of outlaws to catch. A band called the Angels had harried the town for a day and a year, and the bankers had flown. The gold wasn't safe, and the people weren't too, and I swore to destroy them before I was through. Now the days they were long, and the work it was grim, and the chances of winning incredibly slim. But if nightfall brought word of a letter from me, I'd gain strength and hope from my Annabelle Lee. Thoughts on her kiss, it seemed my revolver just never could miss. The angels most feared me, the days they could see I'd gotten a letter from Annabelle Lee. And then came the day that determined my fate, when a letter arrived just a few weeks too late. She was coming, she said, and our wedding approached. She was coming to me by that evening stagecoach. But what could have caused the letter's delay? I strode to the doorway and stared in dismay. My mind was misgiving, my heart was aflutter, and the still streets awoke with the stagecoach's clatter. I ran to the coach, ignoring my dread, and there in the seat, her dress dripping red, lay my darling, my heart's love, the truest well-bred, my Annabelle, Annabelle, bleeding and dead. And there in the bloodstains that made me bereft, a silver-winged token, a mark had been left, the sign of the angels who dreaded the power I gained from the love of this woman, my flower. But her power lives on and it fills me tenfold. No mountain can stop me, my guns won't lie cold, and the angels will fall from the plains to the sea for what they have done to my Annabelle Lee. From the prairies, the mountains, the plains to the sea, there's no truer lady nor fairer to see than one who has promised her whole heart to me, my beautiful, beautiful Annabelle Lee. Tonight at feast I sat beside my cousin Lady Jane, the eldest fairest daughter of the wealthy Lord Fontaine. When the minstrels played a happy song and every heart was merry, the Lord arose and clapped his hands and called for Jolly Harry. The jester came, his head held high, his ribbon cap a-jingling. First he told a woeful tale that set our spines a-tingling. Last he made a jolly farce, the talk of all the evening. He acted out a fool in love, a masterpiece of feeling. He struck his head, he rolled his eyes, he clasped his heart in pain, and then he plucked a blushing rose and knelt by Lady Jane. How we laughed, Jane most of all, the hall rang with our cheer. But then I glanced at Harry's painted cheek and saw the tear. Ago, so it is told, as Fortune and Monty prospected for gold in a rocky ravine, dividing their claims. Fortune uncovered a glittering vein. Now no one was there, nobody saw, but Monty could swear in a court of law that the claim marker moved just 3 feet to the north, leaving Fortune with all that the gold vein was worth. No one was there, no one had seen. He lost in the courts, and his friend picked him clean. Fortune went on to live up to his name, while poor Monty's life was just never the same. Waiting and watching and biding his time to get back at the con man who pilfered his mind. Been nigh on 10 years since he lost all that gold. Revenge, as they say, is tasty as cold. He knew something that no one else knew, and he swore he would use it before he was through. More than his gold and more than his mine, Fortune loved best of all a cask of fine wine. One night old Fortune come drunk from saloon, with no one to see but the cold crescent moon. Then Monty appeared with a smile and a wink, spoke kindly to Fortune and offered him drink. Some wine, so he said, had come in from back east. Let bygones be bygones, let's share this rare feast. One problem, he said, enjoying this wine, he'd stored it far back in his sorry gold mine. It was cooler back there in that sorry gold mine. Fortune was drunk and his wits had gone dim. His lips split wide open in a glorious grin. Monty lit a torch in that cold, clammy air as he led Fortune deeper into his dark snare. To be buried so deep, it must be great wine. Monty laughed as he led Fortune down through the mine. I hear this wine is beyond all compare. They turned a sharp corner and then he shouted, there! Faster than lightning, faster than hope. Fortune was bound with a short piece of rope. With no wine in sight and a lifetime to lose, he heard a match strike and the hiss of a fuse. They called it a tragedy, a freak accident, but more than one guessed at old Monty's intent to be buried at last in his sad little mine and to settle the score with a taste of fine wine. He'd been waiting and watching and biding his time to get back at the con man who pilfered his mind. It's been nigh on 10 years since he lost all that gold. Revenge, as they say, is tasty as cold. My darling angel, say a prayer for me, and find a widow's veil to grace your hair. The judge's face is grim and voice is cold. Consign me to the darkest of despair. You see there's no light in the depths of the pit, no hope at the edge of the blade. But my spirit endures through the muck and the pain. At last though my body's decayed. Sound and wish me dead, but only once I paid in blood and tears for all the sins they've heaped upon my head. They say there's no light in the depths of the pit, no hope at the edge of the blade, but my spirit endures through the muck and the pain. At last though my body's decayed, from the rest of the place or my death up above, conducted by torturers' wills. I should have been vanquished a long time ago, but hope is a hard thing to kill, even with a chainsaw. They say there's no light in the depths of the pit, no hope at the edge of the blade, but my spirit endures through the muck and the pain. At last though my body's decayed, from the rest of the blades, from my death up above, conducted by torturers' wills. I should have been vanquished a long time ago, but hope is a hard thing to kill. You'll have to do better than that. There's things that the mind wasn't built to survive, and games beyond power to win. My darling, I doubt that I'll make it alive, but my heart, it was yours till the end. My heart, it was yours till the end. Black waves roll in, darker than any sin, make us dank and foul within. Is this how it all begins? Undaunted by the wind, howling in the lane at night, picking teeth with children's bones and feeding on man's pride. No footprints on the grass, long fingers in the dark, and all the roses in the park were withered as it passed. Called from the brine, drawn to the land by lust for blood or Satan's hand. The silent assassin can never be slain, still lurks in the shadows at the end of the lane. Black god of the icy deep draws breath from sullen sky. The people between will weep, not even asking why. Pray the shadows pass you over, chilled bones and stills the heart. It won't stop for mortal man, nor by diviner's art.
Lurks in the shadows at the end of the lane.
Let me tell you a tale of a telltale heart, a tattletale ticker of a dead body part. You can bury a corpse, you can bury its limbs, but you can't save your soul from the sound of its sin. It ticks in the ground and it ticks in your ears and fans into wildfire all of your fears. Casey lived down by the railroad track in a rundown two-room weather-beaten shack with an old man with a pale blind eye. The man wasn't mean, no, the man wasn't sly, but how Casey hated that evil eye. And for that, Casey figured the old man must die. It took just one blow in the dead of night, a quick sharp cry with a quick sharp knife. A tub caught the blood just as Casey had planned. Then he pried up 3 floorboards to hide the old man. He cut off his limbs, yeah, to make him fit snug. Then he put back the boards and pulled over the rug. You can bury a corpse and its limbs, but you can't hide the sound of your sin. It's loud in the ground and your ears builds a wildfire out of your fears. You can murder your friend, murdering smart, but you can't hide your mind from that telltale heart. That telltale, tricky, twitchy, telltale heart. Sheriff right then was down near the track when he heard a loud cry and he stopped at the shack. Casey served coffee and pulled up a seat right over the spot where a heart used to beat. Used to, I said, now I take that one back. For under the floor of that sad little shack, the thumping began like a rhythm of doom. Filled Casey's ears till he shattered the room.
He's under the floorboard!
He screamed in his fear.
Take me in, string me up, I just want out of here! His heart won't shut up, what a terrible sound! Who knew hearts could beat down there in the ground?
You can bury a corpse and its limbs, but you can't hide the sound of your sin. It's loud in the ground and your ears builds a wildfire out of your fears. You can murder a friend, murder him smart, but you can't hide your mind from that telltale heart. Now Casey has paid for his sins with his life, and no one remembers that sorry sad night. Did the heart really beat? Was it all in his head? No one can say, 'cause old Casey is dead. You can plot all your murders, you can plan them out neat, but you can't hide your ears from a ghostly heartbeat. No, you can't hide your ears from a ghostly heartbeat. You can bury a corpse and its limbs, but you can't hide the sound of your sin. It's loud in the ground and your ears builds a wildfire out of your fears. You can murder a friend, murder him smart, but you can't hide your mind